Good evening. I want to take you back to the summer of 1787. Imagine we're sitting there in the summer of 1787 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. We've just met for the Constitutional Convention, and we've created this Constitution for our new government. And I want you to imagine that you're a founding father in the following discussions that we're going to have. Gentlemen, we have a problem. We have to form a new government that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. Our ancestors can never go through the oppression that we just went through with the British government. We must have an amendment that will protect the rights of our citizens. So we're going to talk about the oppression that we faced and are overcoming that oppression, the amendment that I'm going to propose that will protect our rights to bear arms, and the advantages that this right is going to bring us in the future. First, let's talk about why this oppression can never happen again. We just fought and overcame tyranny with this tyrannical government that systematically took our rights away. They confiscated our weapons. They infiltrated our homes. They came into our homes, moved into them, took them over, and in some case threw us out of our homes. And then they attacked us at Lexington and Concord and tried to arrest all of our leaders. Now that we've talked about this oppression, let's talk about my new proposed amendment on how we're going to keep this oppression from happening ever again. This new proposed amendment should protect some of these following rights. 1, we should have the right to bear arms. 2, we should have the right to form a militia. And 3, we have to ensure that the government can never take this right away. That's the most important piece of this, that the government can never take away the right to bear arms and never take away our right to form a militia. Now that we've discussed what this proposed amendment will include, let's talk about how this proposed amendment could help some of our other rights in the future. Without this amendment, all of our other rights are at risk. It doesn't matter if you have a right, if you have no way of protecting that right. Here's a few of the things that this right to bear arms is going to protect for us. 1, it's going to help protect our privacy. If we have no way of enforcing that our privacy is upheld, then there's no way we could stop the government from coming in and invading our homes or anything like that. Free speech. We have an amendment that we have on the table for allowing free speech, but it doesn't matter if we have a piece of paper that says something is a right if we have no way of protecting that right. Property ownership. We have to ensure that never again can they come in and take our homes. Personal protection. Although this amendment is primarily to protect us from our government, it can also help our citizens in the future be able to protect themselves and protect their personal property. Now that we've talked about all of those things, let's welcome us back to 2018. Our founding fathers created this amendment to protect us from our government. I cannot make that more clear. It's not to protect me from my neighbor. It's not to protect my personal property or things like that, although this amendment will help in those areas. The purpose of this amendment was to protect us from our government. It's the most important right we have. So if we have a government that ever says that they want to take this right away, that is exactly the reason why we have this amendment and why we can never allow our right to bear arms to be infringed. This is what the Second Amendment says. A well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the rights of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Bottom line. God bless America.